We are back for round 3 of the day here at Laguna Seca Circuit in California. My name is Andrew Woodhouse, alongside Alex Simpson for round 12 of the Engine Oil Direct Touring Car Championship. Alex, the last race was possibly one of the best races that we've done in 4 years of commentating together.
Yeah, fantastic race. Last time out. Same again, please, guys. Keep me on the edge of the seat.
I think you've pretty much said everything that needs to be said, other than pole position will go to Steve Hefford of Oculus 360. Now, he has the chance to win this race because he qualified third for the first race of the evening, and that, of course, is the one where you try and do your fastest lap in qualifying. So, Hefford's got the pace, Alex, if you can keep it clean.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on him. Definitely could just run away with this one, I would think. Just want to touch on briefly, as we just see guys having a bit of fun there post practice. Katz now has a 1-point lead over Simon Field, so Simon Field actually did a great job last time. So did Pete Newman for his teammate there as well. So 1 point separates them. Dave Baker dropped back to 28 points as well, and Daniel Hunt 121 points behind. In the team championships, very, very quickly touched this. Pete Newman Media managed to close a 79-point deficit and actually now has an 86-point lead over Lugnuts Racing. Oculus 360, 346 points behind. Yep,
and Pete Newman actually starts 4th in this one, Alex, so he's got every chance as well. We'll see as Robert Fagg, Ashley Sutton and Daniel Hunt were the 3 fastest times in practice, so we will see if they can move up through the field. So 5 seconds to go then. Listen to this noise. There's the green, and what a start from Hefford. So he flew away from the grid, and Robert Graham alongside him, alongside actually Scott Malcolm down into the first corner. He's already going to claim second, Alex. Oh, there's already a spinner, a big spin, massive crashes in the middle of the field, and yes, it's
caution, Mr. Woodhouse. I believe you might
it's
have
fine.
the power.
I think it's fine. I think we're all right.
There's some more going on around turn. What's that, 4 as well?
Oh, Kevin New and one of the Team Carnage cars as well. Oh, very, very messy.
It looks cold out there. I mean,
it's mostly cloudy, isn't it? I think
got a lot of cloud cover out there, and drivers clearly just slipping and sliding around. We've seen this normally with the overcast conditions or even foggy. But yeah, drivers just struggling out there. Hefford, though, a man who isn't struggling, out in front, 1.5 seconds already from Robert Graham as well. We haven't seen Robert Graham much this weekend. Ben Gregory, though, he's had a pretty good race meeting here, and he's in 3rd. Scott Malcolm. David Baker up to 5th place. That's just what he needed. Dan Blake, Andreas Katz, just a couple of points back, and I see some smoke from somewhere. I don't know who that was. Looks like everybody's okay though.
Yep.
I think it was Steve. Well, Steve Richardson's just appeared in the pits, so he's had some problems as well. Simon Field down in 12th place. He's got Walker around him, as well as Sutton. Sutton right there, having a move actually on Simon Field right there. So yeah, gets that move done.
Bad start for Robert Fagg. He's in the pits, and Pete Newman's in the pits. Dan Hunt, Gordon Wilson, Richardson, Blake Hood, John Bays. All in the pits, Alex. Bad start for those guys.
Yeah, we said Pete could have been one of the guys that could win this race. He's had a shocker out there. He's just coming out of the pits now. We'll try his best to see if he can fight back up the field, but just 14 laps here. It's just not very long to do it at all.
Hefford leads by nearly 3 seconds already, as he goes a bit wide there in the corkscrew, but Steve Hefford's got this. If he can just keep it clean, I reckon he's going to win this race.
Yeah, well, you say that, but Baker's not all that far behind. Realistically, 4.9 seconds.
Gotta get past Gregory though.
Probably doable in the time that's left. But like you say, he's got to work his way through. Andreas Katz has got a whole big gaggle around him. Dan Kraft up the inside this time by. I tell you what, Andrew, you can just tell that Katz is driving slightly different this season. You would have seen last season and some of them before that. He would have just been battling and wouldn't have given any kind of quarter in those corners. But this time, just picking his places, picking his fights where he needs to.
Now with the body language of the car.
Picking a fight.
Sutton. And Steve Walker, I think, was the culprit that time.
Yeah, I think that's probably Sutton done. He does indeed retire it back to the pits.
Oh dear.
We don't often see Sutton on the receiving end of those, normally dishing it out, but today, yeah, I'm afraid he's bit off more than he can chew a couple of times and finds himself retired out of the race once again.
Laura Bond's actually made it past the first lap this time. She's had an awful weekend, awful meeting, but well, she's through. She's got massive damage to the front of that Kia Optima, but still going in 18th place. Just quickly, it looks like we've lost in the pit. Steve
Richard Wild seems to be dropping. Yeah, Wild. Wild showing his Team Carnage on my overlay, but of course the Apex TV. But yeah, something went on. Let's see if we can get a little replay of that back.
Wild lost it in the corkscrew, Alex, and he hit Steve Walker, but then he came off worst himself.
Yeah, we're just checking in with this now. We're just going through the tricky left-hander. Oh, you can see guys sliding around behind them as well. There's some sort of battle going off between a Pete Newman media car and a Lugnut's car. But yeah, like you say, just he's got no one around him at the moment. Oh, well, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure he lost that on his own, Andrew. If you go back,
no, I'm good.
If you go back just about 5 seconds further, and you'll find actually that. Yeah, the car that caused it come off worse, let's say that.
It looked like... no, it did look like... yeah, from that camera angle I couldn't really tell. So apologies there to him. But yeah, Baker's right on the back of Robert Graham now. This is actually for P2.
Yeah, Robert Graham not the quickest guy out there this week, and you have to think Baker's going to make pretty light work of Robert Graham. Let's just stick with this. This will be for P2. There's 3.8 seconds between this this battle and the leader, Steve Hefford. You can see Hefford just turning into the final turn there. So Baker needs to get past as quickly as possible.
Yeah, Graham's a very quick driver, but just doesn't have the pace this weekend. I keep saying weekend, it's Thursday.
Yeah, same.
He doesn't have the pace this evening to really challenge the front runners, but he is up in second place. Baker, we thought about that then, Alex, moving to the middle of the track, decided not to bother.
I tell you what, Robert is doing, he's placing his car where he needs to. Like I say, he's not quite got the pace, but making sure he's parking it on the apex, making it very, very difficult for Baker. These guys are losing time on the leader all the time they're battling as well. Yeah, surely Baker's got the run.
He's got the run, but he's not going to get around the outside. I wouldn't have wagered in this turn 5.
I think he might do. He's got a great run, surely. He's going to have to hang it out round this fast left-hander. Oh.
They're going through side by side. That's great driving by Graham.
Yeah, Graham got a great run there, and actually, I have to say, Baker could have gone off the track and probably carried the momentum he needed, but driving sportsmanship that he has there, decided not to extend the track.
And good braking into the corkscrew as well to avoid running into the back of Robert Graham. Is this costing him time? A little bit. Steve Hefford's gone out to 3.8 seconds. We'll see what it is this time by as they cross the line. Baker's going to go up the inside. He's going to try and take second place. And he's has he done it? No, he's run wide. And that's going to allow Robert Graham to go through. Alex again. He's nearly in the wall, Graham.
Yeah, I think Graham just making sure Baker knows he's there with that little just jink there.
Round the outside goes Dave. Just doesn't have that rotation, Alex. Middle of the corner, not the grip there.
Ben Gregory closing in on these guys as well. He's going to have a sniff at a move anytime soon.
Hefford leads by 5.6, Alex. He took 2 seconds out of Graham.
Yeah, I tell you, most of that would have been in that last corner. You know, those guys just cost themselves huge amounts of time. That's why Ben Gregory's so close. Cat's just 1.5 seconds behind Baker now. He was 4 or 5 seconds clear of him just a few laps ago. So you can just see the time that Graham is costing him here there. But Graham's doing just what he needs to do. This is what the reverse grid's there. He wants to get the best result he possibly can, and he's absolutely defending fantastically at the moment as Baker has to have a break in the middle of the straight going up to the corkscrew there.
And he keeps it up the 14 length for Baker.
I have to think, yeah, job done this time. Just a bad line there for Graham. He's going to come under pressure from Gregory. Is he going to hold on to that?
Might just get freight train backwards here. Robert Graham, as he's under a lot of pressure from Carnage and from Oculus. Into the final corner he goes, and he does make the corner well. So is he going to stay? No, he's not going to stay in that third place. 4 cars separated by 0.5 of a second. There's a 3 wide, nearly into the corner. Cats through, and actually through goes Dan Kraft as well. Well, he's looking to go through. He's not quite completed it yet. Kraft on the outside into 4. 3, sorry. Oh no, Field. That's Simon Field. Field involved.
Take a look at that back on replay. We missed the aftermath of what happened there.
Unsighted there, Simon Field. There was nothing he could have done. And he smashes into Robert Graham. And that's the second weekend out of 3. Robert Graham's ended up being knocked off the track and ended up in the middle.
Yeah, we're just watching this back now. We're just going through turn 1. He's hung out wide there. He's got the inside line just behind Katz. He settles in. And yeah, what exactly happened? Do you know what? It's just one of those typical rear quarter panel just catches on.
Yeah. No time to save it either.
You know what?
Situation.
I think Field has got away with that. I mean, how he hasn't got terminal damage, I don't know. He's still running out there. Let's jump back live. See him rejoining track just as
off goes Janowski.
Flip away, yes. So that's going to allow Field to regain one of those places. So he's back up to 10th place, right on the tail of Richard Wild here.
You're going to have any pace though, Richard Wild, one of the fastest drivers of the meeting. Oh, Field's lost it on the braking. That's the damage coming into play, surely. The front grip wasn't there.
Right, I'm just looking at a battle here between Dan Blake and Sliminski as well. This is 6th and 7th place.
Field just looking, Alex, just keep an eye on Field as well. Well, he was having a look. I think he does. The thing is, the car looks okay in terms of its behaviour, but I don't think he's got the grip, Alex.
No, I think you might be right there. So I'm amazed the car's even going forward. The whack that he gave Robert Graham there. Not either driver's fault, unfortunately. Just one of those things. Picked up on it earlier as Field has a little look into the corkscrew. Want to get a move done here on the exit. Just looks a little bit too far back, safe in the braking zone. He's struggling with the brakes, Andrew. You can see that. Look at the amount of time that he lost, and he braked at his normal point into turn 1 last time by, and yeah, nearly overcooked it. So
Walensky's got through on Dan Blake.
Baker 0.7 of a second faster the last lap, half a second faster. Again, this lap down to 5.4 seconds.
Need to do better than that, though.
Yeah, that's not enough. He's going to need 0.7 to get it. Hefford looks like he might have this race as long as he doesn't let the pressure of Baker closing in on him get to him.
We might be in the middle of January, Alex, but Merry Christmas, Steve Hefford from Robert Graham.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's done everything he needed there to build that gap up, and yeah, just still on board with Field. We were driving on board there. You can see the issue Field's got there. He definitely hasn't got the kind of rotational grip that he had. The front end just not being as compliant. So he's managed to survive. He's running out there quite quickly, but he hasn't got the car that he's used to, so don't expect to see Field make up too many places. Cat's now up into third place. It looks like we've got someone, I'm not sure if Baker was a little bit slow through the corkscrew that time. Maybe that was just the strange sound that the cars make as they go through there. Of course, do scrub a lot of speed, so
yeah, he was alright, I think. No real issues there for Dave.
let's have a look what these guys do. Cat's worth picking up, was just a couple of tenths quicker than Baker last time by, but nowhere near enough to close that 3.4 second deficit.
A couple of tenths quicker than Dan Kraft as well.
Half a second again. Baker on Hefford down to 4.8 seconds. Yeah, no, it's not going to be enough. Hefford just
he might catch him, but he won't be able to get through.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
The Field is lapping about a second slower than Baker, but that's still faster than most of the guys out there. He's just sat in that little pocket, isn't he, behind behind Richard Wilde, and in front of Julian Janowski, who's not really a threat to him at this point. So we'll look back. I want to see this battle, Alex. We've got a 4-car scrap for 14th place. That's Paul Smith, Paul Smith, and
so actually just separate out a little bit. Yeah, Matt
John
Walker.
Roberts and Russell Laidler. Oh, Laidler's hit Roberts. And poor old John Roberts, who, well, once again being hit off the track, not of his own accord there. Seems to happen to John nearly every week, doesn't it? Somebody hits him.
Yeah, indeed. Pete Newman recovered up to 21st place at the moment. He's probably done about as much as he can do, 5 seconds in. He might catch up to David Brock, but that's probably about it. So 20th place for him. Though not what he wanted from this final meeting. Just got himself up to 6th in the championship as well.
Well, it's possible he might catch David Brock. Yeah, he's about 3 seconds quicker. So.
Yeah, I just think he'll do it in 2 laps. So.
Possible, yeah, there. Steve Burke, 19th. Lapping in the mid-28s, Alex. He must have some horrible damage in that Pete Newman media car.
Interesting little battle forming out here now. Your own Kaiser, Richard Wilde, Simon Field just tagging onto the back of that as well. So 3-car battle separated by a second. 4 laps to go here. Laguna Seca.
Field's going to be really hoping that these two can come to grief, Alex, because well, then he can pick up those important championship points as well. As Baker's going to pick up quite a handful at 2nd place. He is going to move. He's going to move very close. He's going to catch up to Katz. Katz is going to extend his lead, it looks like. So
yeah, I think overall, yeah, Katz is in a more favourable position. He won't mind too much that Baker's just 1 place ahead of him.
Dan Hunt, who's next in the championship standings, 22nd, so that gap's going to go even more, Alex, especially with Ashley Blakehood in 24th and Pete Newman down in 21st. We may see a 200-point gap by the end of this one.
Wild still can't get close enough to Kaiser to make a move.
Definitely wouldn't have thought, Alex, even after just 1/3 distance of the season, that it would be effectively a 3-horse race, or seemingly. I mean, I'm not counting everyone else out, but you'll look at the table after this race and there'll be a huge gap.
Yeah, you're right. So it's going to be over 100 points. So that's a race victory and a DNF difference basically. So
yeah, it's going to be a tall order for anyone else to push themselves into the championship picture. Not impossible though. There are still another 18 races after this one. So anything can happen. We've got some great tracks to go, so including Donington Park later on as well. I'm looking forward to that one. Not just because our co-commentator Alex is going to be driving there, Adam Bath.
Yeah, indeed. It'll be good to see him out on track, see how he does.
He's making some strides in GT3, I think, this season.
Yeah, indeed he has. I think he signed up for some an alternative league, so in the GT3 class. So get himself up to speed. Just having a quick look.
He's winning his division as well, possibly.
Oh, well, there you go. Robert Plumley closing in on Paul Smith.
Oh,
although
no,
I have to say, it's just
slow down penalty. No, it wasn't. Sorry, apologies. It was a lapped car.
You got me all excited there for a minute. So.
I believe it was a lapped car, slowing down.
Leaders are really starting to all separate this front pack.
Hefford's managed to stop the bleeding as well.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit quicker. Well, just 2/10 that time, and Gregory seems to be holding Smolinski just far enough back. We're still looking at Wild and Kaiser. That's definitely the closest battle on the track. Although I say that Laidler and Walker just 2/10 of a second. Let's keep an eye on that.
Laidler has not quite managed to do it. They were side by side out of the corkscrew. And Laidler hasn't managed to get the position. Alex, Katz is only 1.5 behind Baker. So I don't know what's happened to Dave. He's in the high 20. He's in the low 27s.
Yeah,
Katz is in the high 26s. Is he just managing this now?
Yeah, I think he realises he's not going to close in on Hefford. There's no need to risk anything crazy. Just needs to do his thing. With 1.5 laps left to go, even if Katz could get up to him, I don't think he's going to have enough time to make a move unless it's some late last dive like we saw on the last race. So I really should count that out, should I?
Oh, Laidler's looking on Matt Walker, Alex, side by side.
They're going to get a run into that tight left-hander. We see you can get the move done on the inside and you can hold it on the outside. Both have been done this time.
Oh, brilliant.
It is Laidler, got great drive through there, and I have to think Walker could have taken a little bit more speed, but was just a little bit cautious.
Rob Hundley, Stephen Burke, Paul Smith having a look.
Sorry, Bond's ahead of these guys.
And there's a bit of contact between Plumley and Smith. May allow Burke to catch on to these guys now. Burke's lapping not very well, it has to be said. Well, 27.5 actually, that's not too bad.
Looks like Dave Baker stepped up the pace, 26.7 that last time by. Needed to do that because Katz is now within 0.8 of a second, so got the bit between his teeth, and Baker will know from the last race that can't be too complacent. Got to add in the last corner of the last round, so.
Yet to use a word that I really don't like. Baker needs to make sure he's not in dive bomb range.
Yeah, exactly. Here, Kaiser, Wild, and Dan Blake. Nearly three wide.
Oh, and where's Richard Wild going to go? The answer is nowhere, to be honest. Track completely blocked by these two cars, but he's got a terrific run out of there, Alex. He's going to go round the outside.
Yeah, into
Kaiser's lost it.
That's way too late on the brakes.
Now there's going to be slowdowns though. Going to surely be slowdowns for Dan Blake.
Here comes Hefford though, crossing the line, taking the victory here.
I think that's one of his first wins. Excellent.
It might well be. We haven't got our stat man here to confirm any of that, but Baker comes across in second, Katz in third, Kraft in fourth. Smolinski got Gregory in the end. Gregory couldn't fight back. Dan Blake. Who's going to be between Wild and
Field? Field by half a tenth. Half a tenth. Simon Field manages to do it. So that's 8th for him, and that's important for his championship. Getting those extra few points make all the difference by the end. Janowski in 11th, Laura Bond 12th, 13th Matt Walker, 14th Plumley, 15th Wright. Paul Smith lost a few positions at the end. I don't know what happened. I think he might have crashed off at the corkscrew.
Right at the end, we've seen Dave Brock, I think, just lose a place to I think that was Ashley Blake.
John Bays and Ashley. I think Dave Brock's gone off actually. I think he's retired. So Bays got 19th. Ashley Blake Hood got 20th.
I hate to say it, but maybe Brock got some sort of disqualification there on the final corner if he's just disappeared like that.
Robert Fagg may have been disqualified as well. Laidler was disqualified.
Well, another all-action race, Mr. Woodhouse, but a driver that it wasn't all-action for, just out front, cool, calm and collected, was Steve Hefford. Welcome, sir.
Hello, boys.
Congratulations, victory. You must be delighted.
Yeah, I am. About time. I've waited a long time for this.
I was about to say, we weren't 100% sure. We haven't got our stat man with us today. That's first victory in the series, is it?
It is actually, yeah.
Well
decent
done.
pace. But yeah, I had really bad luck in the first 2 races, but managed to.
Yeah, I was going to touch on that actually. Of course, you qualified in 3rd place and for the main race, and then, like you say, just just a bit of bad luck. It does happen, unfortunately, in the series every now and again. And but you had a good race in the second one as well, and fought yourself back to a reasonable position. And of course, you got a good grid position for the with the reverse grid here, and yeah, just drove away in the end.
Yeah, it was good fun. Good fun. It was good. Didn't really make any errors. One corner I did where it was a bit off, but yeah, apart from that, it went fine. It was just keeping David behind me.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, go on.
No, I was just I'm trying to see where you are in the championship at the moment. Sitting in 18th. It's worth obviously noting to the viewers as well that you're in the AM category. So we haven't had many AM drivers win race, so pat on the back again for that. For that, so great achievement. You are quite a few points behind Ashley Blake Hood, who is leading that, but of course he's had a bit of a shocker really this race meeting, so you would have closed up quite a bit. Any aspirations of trying to fight your way up to win that AM title?
I think so. It seems to have come together this last few months really. Since I got the Rift, I think it helps a lot with the positional awareness and where other cars are and to avoid accidents and stuff like that. So it's just finding your feet with that. But yeah, I'm hopeful in the future I'm going to be getting some better places. I've had some bad luck this season really.
It's interesting you say that about the Rift actually. What's it like to drive in a 40-car field with that?
It's a bit hairy at times, to be honest. Your rear view is quite limited because the resolution is not quite good enough in the mirrors, but the Kia has a nice big convex sort of rear view mirror in the middle, and you can see a decent angle behind you, so it's not too bad. Of all the cars, this is probably one of the better ones.
Yeah, because it's worth pointing out that you don't have a sort of artificial rear view mirror that drivers are pretty much used to with any kind of simulator out there at the moment. That's been taken away with the implementation of the Rift, so you've got to use the in-car one. So yeah, no, not easy, but just takes us back to real life driving.
I mean, did you say that Jamie Rushworth uses a Rift? Well,
I think he does, yes.
So you're only the second driver then, I believe, to win with a Rift. So that's something good. But you guys qualified all at the front, top 3 positions in the first race. Do you feel that your team is starting to click?
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, Dan's come on a lot last season. I missed the last season. I didn't race last season. I sat one out, but Dan had made an amazing step from the season that I missed out. When I came back, he was so much quicker. It's just practice, really. I suppose you've just got to put the hours in and do the practice, and it comes together in the end.
Yeah, I mean, when you first get in this car and you think you're useless, don't you? Because you do 10, 15 laps, but then all of a sudden it just starts getting better and better, and you start picking the pace up. And it's the thing about the Kia. I mean, Alex drove it the other day, and you just couldn't.
Nope.
Couldn't do anything.
We said.
Couldn't do anything with it. So it just is practice, and it's getting used to the car. It's a weird car, isn't it, as well, Steve? Like compared to some of the other ones on iRacing, it behaves completely differently.
Yeah, it's not a great car to lap in, to be honest. It's nice to race around other cars, but it's not a nice car to drive. I much prefer the rear-wheel drive. I do a lot in the MX-5 and the Skippy, the slower cars, to be honest. But I like the car moving around. This doesn't do that. It's more of a point and squirt, really. But it's good fun, especially when you get to know the guys you're racing with.
Which tracks that were coming up on are you looking forward to the most?
Brands I like. Summit Point is one of my favourites as well. Nice flowy track. Any of the British tracks, to be honest. Not so keen on Silverstone, but the rest of them, yeah.
Got Donington as well. You best look out because Adam's driving.
Donington.
So best watch out for that one. If you see Roy Keane's head, avoid it.
Yeah, I will.
All right, Steve Hefford, brilliant effort there, and first BSRTC win. Well done, mate.
Great, thank you very much. Cheers, chaps.
Cheers, mate.
I think that's the first time we've had Steve in the commentary box, Alex, and well-deserved win.
Yeah, absolutely. and let's just hope he takes that. That builds his confidence up, and that he can just start to push these guys up there. Third place on the grid, just goes to show how much pace the guy has, really. And the championship standings have been updated, so I can actually confirm now that he's moved up to 4th in the AM standings. So he's just 200 points behind Ashley Blake Hood, Robert Plumley, of course, in there as well, and Paul Smith. Those guys actually all do really good job week in, week out. So that AM category fiercely contended. Steve Burke in there, Rob Graham as well. Steve Burke, not Rob Graham. Rob Graham is classed as a pro driver for this season. So, it's close. It's going to be hard. He's obviously got a couple of bad rounds that he's recovering from. So let's keep an eye on him through the rest of the season and see if that Oculus does the trick and he goes from strength to strength.
Yeah, I think with that team around him, Oculus, with Dan Hunt and Andreas Katz there, they've obviously made strides with the setup of the car, Alex. I think Lugnuts, Pete Newman Media, and Oculus, they've definitely proven to be the ones who can really set the car up perfectly. And I think Carnage are getting there, aren't they? But they're just not quite. They just don't quite have that ultimate pace. I think that consistent pace for the whole team that what these guys have.
Yeah, exactly. I think also Carnage's main problem is basically participation at the moment. The drivers aren't there every week, so you see pretty much all of the Oculus cars on the grid. Certainly all of Pete Newman every week without fail. All 4 cars are there, and to some point the same with Lugnuts as well. They're pretty much all 4 cars on the grid. So that's why those guys are fighting at the front. They're all very, very quick. It's not just about them turning up, but
this is what yes. Remember Ben Palmer. He was right at the front last season, and then he's had equipment trouble, things like that with his wheel and everything, and down in 28th in the championship at the moment. This season he's had an awful one, but you know that he'll be back up there. Ben Gregory's missed a couple of races. There was Ashley Blake Hood. He's done well, but he's had some problems in this one. And Robert Fagg, we know he's quick, but they seem to always be, Alex, in that danger zone between sort of 5th and 15th place where stuff seems to happen. Yep,
I think that's that seems to be the main issue. Just getting some confirmation, looking at the standings as well. Richard Wild, although we're shown as I think Team Carnage in the on the overlay, looks like there's a slight type error there, so we'll have to get him changed back to Apex Racing TV for the future rounds.
Yeah, Andreas Katz then. We'll leave you with this championship news. Katz leads by 27 points over Simon Field. Baker's just 1 point behind Field. Then there's a gap of 147 points, Alex, between 3rd and the 4th place Daniel Hunt.
Yeah, huge gap starting to form, so
I know there's 100 points for the win, but even at that point, you think 18 rounds left. It's going to be, you've said that before, Alex. The bad luck evens itself out over the season, and you can't really see 175 being made up.
No, you can't at all.
So it's looking like going forward with 6 meetings left. It's Andreas Katz, Simon Field, and David Baker are going to fight out for the championship. Those are the 3 teams, though, Alex, that have been the most impressive so far.
Yeah, it's interesting, actually, that one driver from each team in the top 3 as well.
I wonder if we're going to see a bit of gang warfare now, where they're trying to all sort of, a bit like capture the flag, trying to protect the lead driver, escort them through. So we'll see what can happen. But the other guys aren't finished yet. We had a 40-car grid for this race, and this championship, we mentioned earlier on, it's going from strength to strength. I think this time, like we've seen it tonight, that the quality is all the way through the field now.
That's the thing, we read through that top 20 earlier on. That was just crazy strong field there, and it's only getting better. Great plans in the future as well. So I'm sure the future's bright for BSRTC.
Yeah, and just quickly, the amount of people, first-time race winners as well, Alex, since we've been covering the series. have been, astonishing. And most of that top 20 have won races before in this series, and yeah, long may it continue, I think.
Yeah, I mean that just goes to show actually how well it works with the reverse grid and things like that. And I think the magic dice as well really plays into it nicely, because
I'm a
no
fan
one's
of the magic dice.
yeah, well, no one's sandbagging, are they? Trying to get
No.
that sort of 15th spot reverse grid or anything like that, or last person on the lead lap. It totally random, so no one knows, and just everyone goes for it.
Well, that's it. It's just like, last week, I fought up to 20th place. And then, the reverse grid ended up being 15th, so I still started 20th anyway. So you can't guarantee it. You've got to fight for every place. All the points are important, and I think, my friends, that's a good point to leave it. Thanks for joining me. It's been brilliant tonight.
Yeah, epic racing, and yeah, looking forward to next week.
Yep. All right. Thanks very much, Alex, for lending your wisdom to the proceedings tonight, and thanks everybody who's been watching us here on BSR TV. I'm Andrew Woodhouse, and we will see you same time, same place next week.